Now that Dr. Hemlock has Omega in his grasp, Project Necromancer is all but underway. He has a subject with a high M count, but indeed it seems that the pursuit of more younglings is not over. In fact, he wants to get his hands on as many Force-sensitive children as possible, and there is a story in the comics way back in the day that shows Darth Vader might have foiled Hemlock's plans. You see, the timeline of the Darth Vader comics in 2018 with that of the Bad Batch and Hemlock kind of runs concurrently. Not exactly at the same time, but for these plans that we saw the Emperor even visit Tantus together with Hemlock, he oversaw the Necromancer project, he even talked about some who don't believe in his project within the Empire. Palpatine might have referred to something that you have to see, because Darth Vader went as far as to save the many Force-sensitive children from the hands of Palpatine and Hemlock. While we have discussed the topic of Jocasta Nu and Commander Fox a lot in this channel, I want to talk about the one thing that a lot of people missed during those arcs in the Darth Vader comic series. You see, we've talked about Jocasta Nu and her list of Force-sensitive children and how she tried to escape from Darth Vader during that troublesome time, and how Commander Fox ultimately paid the price for the clone troopers shooting at Darth Vader, thinking that he is another Jedi, same as Jocasta Nu. But what ended up happening is Darth Vader finally getting his own and capturing Jocasta Nu. Darth Vader instructed him to lower the vehicle. The clones had surrounded Jocasta Nu, and as a last resort, Jocasta knew that she could not be taken alive. She was one with the Force, and the Force was with her, as she jumped down and practically wanted to die. But at that moment, she stopped mid-air. It was Darth Vader. He used the Force to grab her, and now she was pulling her up inside the shuttle so that she could be taken prisoner. Once inside, everything started being clear. They had searched Jocasta Nu and found this memory crystal. Vader inserted this memory crystal inside his database, and it showed a list. It was a list of names, locations, and birthdays, recent birthdays. These are children, targets of the Jedi Order, Force-sensitive children. Vader realized that she wanted to recruit them, but Jocasta Nu actually felt sad for Anakin Skywalker, this lost, poor, deluded boy. Palpatine was using him as a marionette. He didn't even know why he ordered Jocasta Nu to be kept alive. You see, Sidious knew that Jocasta possessed a Force-sensitive children list that Sidious wanted for himself, and he didn't tell Vader. He simply instructed Vader to keep her alive by any means. You see, Jocasta Nu went on to warn Vader that since his master is lying to him and will continue to lie to him up until he can replace him, and Sidious will start with these Force-sensitive children. One of them will become more powerful than Vader and ultimately replace him. She continued to call Vader a boy. One of the clones approached and in anger wanted to stun her to stop these Jedi lies. Jocasta Nu scoffed. "A Jedi? You idiot," she called the clone. "They don't even know who are they supposed to hate. They are taking orders from a Jedi." You see, this man, this masked dark figure, Darth Vader, was actually Anakin Skywalker, a Jedi Knight. She had revealed to every clone aboard the real identity of Darth Vader. The clones were shocked. They looked at Darth Vader in awe. Without a moment's notice, Vader didn't even hesitate. He force-pushed everybody out of the shuttle, knowing full well that now they were going down with it. Vader needed to do whatever was necessary in order to protect his old identity. No one would discover that he was Anakin Skywalker, especially not clones. Vader proceeded to do everything in his own interest. He ignited his lightsaber and killed Jocasta Nu, and once the shuttle crashed, he took the memory crystal and destroyed it. Palpatine would never obtain these Force-sensitive children for himself to train as future Sith, and his wish would come true. Vader would never be replaced as Sidious's apprentice. One day he aspired for this empire to all be his own. he would defeat Sidious and become Emperor of the Galaxy, hopefully in the future. To expand on this topic a little bit more, and that's why I made this video, is because there is another comic issue where we see Darth Vader actually get Ithkoth's baby and deliver it to the Empire and essentially to Palpatine. Now, why is he helping Palpatine here in capturing younglings and babies, and on the other hand, in this comic, he is crushing the children's Force-sensitive list and not letting Palpatine get his hands on them? Yes, it is true that Vader valued his position as the second in command of the Grand Empire, and that's probably one of the reasons why he didn't want anyone getting trained by Palpatine, or anyone else by that matter, and jeopardizing his grand position as Palpatine's apprentice. The sad thing, however, is that ironically, Luke Skywalker would come to be the biggest person to jeopardize this position. You see, this is the honest truth. As much as Vader would try to uphold his position and defeat anyone who came close to it, sooner or later somebody would have come to replace him. Sooner or later people would gun for his position. As we all know by reading the comics and the novels that are available to us in canon, it doesn't mean that a Sith or an Inquisitor could come close to replacing him. Tarkin did so by not even being a Force user, just being a big valuable asset to Palpatine, and so did Thrawn. Thrawn and Tarkin, two non-Force sensitive people, did manage to jeopardize Vader's position somewhat, but not by a lot. Luke Skywalker, his son, was the biggest danger that Vader faced as it pertains to his position by Palpatine's side. But tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? Talk to me down below, and thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up down below, subscribe for dailies. Now you can have an awesome day, Star Wars fans. I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you until then.